Any of those layers, no matter which one they are, to present the way they have to present, it's this stage tree, and the things that you need to attend the job like cost you most of the money of the job. Like I don't think that most people are like what they're earning over and above what the cost of doing the job. You know, even if you're getting, like, maybe if you get a phone and everything, but
all the if you're getting party stuff, if you're getting stuff,
sometimes in life you do get accommodation paid for as part of your employment, but usually that infers some kind of not pleasing experience, like you're somewhere remote.
Well, there's different levels of the involvement side. You know, you know that from personal, and I both know that from personal experience. There's the the subcontractor who's a shit kicker. You know, do whatever we fucking say, or you don't get more work. You've got the wage fucking slaves, which basically get a wage, but they've got a status of full time or casual or whatever. And then you've got your buddy, your salary people, the salary motherfuckers, right? And they just get the bang, and they don't get a break. Salary doesn't get a break unless you go on holidays. That's the way salary works. You are company people, all right? You are property of the company. They fucking own you.
You are the salad.
Yeah, okay. You are owned, all right? That's what salary is.
It's fucking I've done it.
True, man.
Yeah, I did salary
briefly. That's right. But as a wage, you get a wage. Yeah, and the best thing about the wage, right, it's not quite subcontractor where you're a shit kicker. They have a little bit of respect for a wage owner because they're, most of them are the fucking hard-working crew of the whole lot, right? They're the ones that actually get the work done. The contractors sort of kind of get it done, but they always fuck it up. And then you've got the wage earners who go in there and clean up afterwards. And then they're the ones that also keep the, queues clean and numbers down. That's what they do. And salary basically sits up the top there telling them what to do, telling the wages what to do.
It's
That's business for you. And then everything in between, temps and things like that. But yeah, at least with the wage earners, right? They may live like shallow life where they're basically fortnight, essentially. But they're the ones with the least amount of worry because they do their job, then they do it to the best of their ability, right? And then when it's 4 o'clock or whatever time they knock off, then that's it. You silence the phone, you put it in the corner. It's not answered. You don't care fucking anything about that thing while you're not getting that money. That's the mindset you've got to take. I mean, you can sort of enjoy it and whatever, but really that's what you have to take, that mindset where, okay, I'm off the clock. I'm not getting paid to answer the phone. Salary gets paid to answer the phone. Contractors get paid to answer the phone. I'm a wage earner. When I need to answer the phone, I'm available. When I'm not getting paid to answer the phone, I'm unavailable. So yeah, I don't mind being salary. And I've done subcontractor.
Oh, it didn't work.
Like I know what it is to be the lowest of the rung. Getting back on topic, how to feed. Rent servitude.
Oh yeah. Yeah, look. This is the thing. I mean, I don't know. People basically have shoved in front of them in the media how these poor people in other countries have to pay almost all their money towards their rent and things to live in these shacks, these fucking, to then do these jobs for well-to-dos, and how unfair it is. And I just really, people don't realize that literally that's how we live. Like the percentage of income you spend, like a person spends, not necessarily yourself, on the from when the moment they wake up, that's work-related, certain cleaning products, all the things, all for work. You know,
make yourself look pretty.
And then the travel to, consuming things at, like this just goes
out and about, doing your job, having to eat at work unless you prepare yourself a lunch, and all the rigmarole that goes through that to try and save money in the processings.
Yeah, I mean, all of it is in service, and in that regard, like the food venues, like say, and the accommodation these days is just it's dormitory. We don't.
That's right.
Well,
and even landlords don't.
It doesn't even matter if it's nice.
They don't care.
That's what they think it is.
Like, as long as they're getting the money and it keeps going up, they don't give a fuck. Like, you can tell them stuff, but when it gets serious and they're like, they will never fix something until you're ready to sign another lease, and then they jack the rent up to fucking cover what they paid in the repair. You know what I mean? Like, it's a dog's world.
Well, it is, and live in kennels.
Kennel
the masters,
life.
The masters supply the kennels.
Yeah.
They make the whole different kinds. You got 2-story ones.
The mutts live in there. That's it.
Yeah, with the little, so you can feel special. You can have like one with a balcony. Kennel with balcony. Rack you up. Like, it's a whole other level of the fuck cube. It's just the work cube.
Pretty much.
You're not even. Fucking should be reserved for people who've got a few more rooms, so they're sort of proving their value.
Accommodate the additional sufferers.
Instead of being given a room in gratitude, like if you're a slave, back on the freaking plantations, man, when you had a kid, I'm pretty sure the masters and that to make sure that unless, I don't know, depending on what the policy was, but if there was a need for more, they'd make sure that they was fed and everything and looked after.
Yeah, of course, man. You've got to look after your stock.
They wouldn't turn around to their slave and go, you better be making yourself
just
another.
healthy enough to do their fucking jobs, but not healthy enough to fucking revive goal.
That's right. But so you wouldn't say to your slave though, like, well, you better go make your own special shack for them, for the baby, and better find your own food for them. We only provide food for you. But people get treated that way. So actually, slaves, in terms of producing future slaves and the worker units, they used to get treated better. Like if you were a black slave in plantation America, you were treated better than a modern Australian or American parent, single parent, double parent raising a child. Whereas
mummy, daddy, mummy. That's
you
right.
have two slaves that are going to work for the corporations in the future. You're going to have to like pay all of their costs yourself. It's going to be more burdensome for you. Well, thank you for taking more burden, servant. Like seriously, that's some serious nerve.
I know. And it's taken what to get to this position from what, a couple hundred years?
Yeah, best, yeah.
To get the max slave benefit, mate. I'm telling you.
Whole degrees of
Talk about shrewd. Like whoever set this up, mate, they are a fucking genius.
Got us half asleep or something. We were saying anything that interesting for 17 minutes, maybe?
Probably. We were talking about rent, servitude, and a few other things before that.
Yeah, look, that is it. It's just people think that they live in cities. They don't. They live in dormitories, and so like the whole thing is like, oh yeah, getting the dormitory stack nearest to your workplace, and they're smaller and smaller. You can't take people home.
No, can't help against the rules. You're taking away someone's ability to be cruel to someone who's unfortunate.